What up, YouTube? T-Movies here. Here is my throwback segment, where I also call the Getting Old segment, which is films that turns 10 and 20 this week. All right. The films that turn 10. Oh, holy cow! We got Toy Story 3. I cannot believe Toy Story 3 is 10 years old. Toy Story 3 is a gem. It's probably not as good as Toy Story 2 because Toy Story 2 is still my favorite of the franchise. But Toy Story 3 was a film that, of course, lots of people kept saying, why are you going to do another Toy Story? The first one was perfect. The second one was perfect. But if it wasn't for Toy Story 3, we wouldn't have Forky, alright? But that aside, Toy Story 3 is a really great gem. It's really, hilarious. It's really heartfelt, cute, entertaining. The Cinerator scene was pretty decent to watch. I really adore this film. And if you guys ever seen Toy Story 3 by now, it's a really decent one. And I'll be down to check out a fifth one. I mean, the Toy Story franchise are really cool. Alright, also turning 10, we got Jonah Hex, which is horrible. Jonah Hex is based on the DC comic. Of course, Jonah Hex was a character that was featured in Legends of Tomorrow. This had Josh Brolin. Like, years before, he appeared in good comic book films, like, of course, he's best known for playing, Thanos in the Marvel film. Of course, he played Cable in Deadpool 2. But before that, he appeared in Jonah Hex. You gotta start somewhere, I guess. But holy cow, Jonah Hex sucked. I mean, you also had Megan Fox. You had John Malkovich as a villain in this. This thing could have been good, but it was horrible. It was a horrendous mess. It was not good at all. This movie just flat out sucked, and it flop. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, but holy cow. If you guys have not seen Jonah Hex, you don't need to see Jonah Hex. Alright. Also, turning 10, we got the film Cyrus. Now, Cyrus is a Duplass feature film, of course, directed by the Duplass brothers. Here you got John C. Reilly, who plays this guy who ended up having divorced after 7 years, and so like he's given hope to find love again, but then he meets this woman named Molly, played by Marissa Tomei, and and the romance quickly blossoms between the two, and he ends up having a French like he ends up trying to get along with her grown son, played by Jonah Hill, and he is a bit of a man child. But man, Jonah Hill's character in this, I guess you could say, is like a live action Chris Griffin. But that's like, Cyrus is a really good one. It's a really nice little indie flick. John C. Reilly and Jonah Hill, even though they wasn't really father and son in the film, they really had decent chemistry for one another. This movie has some really nice laughs. Nice performances by Jonah Hill and John C. Reilly. If you guys have never really seen Cyrus by now, it's a really solid one. Alright, film turning 20, we got the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie titled Boys and Girls. Now, Freddie Prinze Jr. has been in some pretty decent stuff. He of course was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. He was in She's All That. In the early, in the 90s and early 2000s, Freddie Prinze Jr. had, I've always adored the stuff that, Jr. was in. Of course, he was in Scooby-Doo. But holy cow, he has been in some not so good stuff as well. Let's see. Remember that Wing Commander movie he was in? Yeah, that movie sucked. But he was in Boys and Girls, and Boys and Girls also starring Claire Filoni. You got Jason Biggs was in this. Boys and Girls was a horrendous mess. It was not funny. I mean, in it stars Freddie Prinze Jr. and Claire Filoni, who plays these friends named Ryan and Jennifer, who were not really who was not really attracted to one another back in the days, but they end up having a rare friendship where, of course, they start to smith one another. It's a stupid one. I mean, it's one of the worst comedies there was in the early 2000s. It has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's right for a reason. It's not that good. I'm sorry, I like Freddie Prinze Jr., but yeah, this was definitely not his best work. There's also a film called Jesus' Son, which is this like indie film that stars Billy Crudup and Jack Black. That was actually pretty decent. Uh, Other films that turned 20, we got this not so great animated movie called Titan AE, which is this sci-fi film that continues the traditional animation with computer images, and takes place in the distant future after Earth has been obliterated by a mysterious alien race known as the Dredge. And you've got Kale, who's this human teenager who has been given a mysterious map by his father. And it's not. There are actually some people who did like this film, but I was not one of them. You got a really good voice cast. You got Matt Damon, Bill Pullman, John Leguizamo, Nathan Lane, Janeet, Garofalo. The animation was okay, but the story arc was a little boring. I really couldn't get into the film at all. I mean, granted, it's been a while since I've seen this film. Maybe I'll probably rewatch once again. Maybe I'll think it's better than I first saw it, but yeah, it's not that good of a flick. Alright, but my favorite film out of this list, of the 20 list, it is 2000's John Singleton directed film, Shaft. Now, Shaft, of course, is based on the TV show that starred Richard Roundtree. This stars Samuel L. Jackson as Shaft, who was one bad mother. You also had Christian Bale. The original Shaft, Richard Roundtree was in this. We had Jeffrey Wright, Busta Rhymes, Guy Pfeiffer, Toni Collette. Shaft is awesome. Now, of course, Sam Jack, 19 years later, Sam Jackson will reprise his role as Shaft in last year's Shaft remake, or a sequel, I should say. That Shaft one that got released last June, it's really a film that does not get talked about. It was actually not all that bad. The one that featured Justin Tiesha as Sam Jackson's son. I know he was terrific in that one. But yeah, so many people did not like that one. But the 2000 Shaft movie is pretty solid. Sam Jackson, he was born to play this role. He played Shaft really great. The action was cool. I always got a kick out of this film. And if you guys never really seen Sam Jackson's Shaft yet, go give it a shot. It's a really decent one. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me leave to you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? For the 10 years one, the one that stands out to me the most is Toy Story 3. And the 20 years one, the one that stands out to me the most is Sam Jackson's Shaft film. Anyway, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is C-Movie signing off.